Sandra from Asexualise, my asexual life. This is a place to be for education about asexuality, all things asexual, and I share my asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed, what are you waiting for? Hit that great big subscribe button right here, right now. Please hit that bell icon every time I go live, like now, or post a new video. So yes, if you didn't know who I'm back live streaming. Just going to try and turn that around. You can see my bedroom's full of lots of lovely cuddly toys. In a moment, I'm going to be discussing the difference between asexual love versus sexual love. If you are new to this channel and you didn't already know, I am Sandra Bellamy, author of this awesome Asexual Perspectives 47 Asexual Stories book. This is real life asexual stories, and it's Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month in July, which is next month, which I'll be reading excerpts from this book about. So, Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month is to celebrate our diversity across the asexual spectrum, our differences in it, and I brought that out in 2017 when I published my book. So Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month will be next month, but right now, what is the difference between asexual love versus sexual love? So you might not think there's a difference, you might just think love is love, right? But I have experience of both, because although I haven't been in a proper relationship with an asexual guy, you know, I know what asexual love feels like versus sexual love, right? So with asexual love, it's like you have this deep emotional connection with the person, because asexuals love through an emotional connection. So that when you've got two asexuals that come together, the love is focused on emotional connection. It's focused a lot more on companionship, on compassion. It's focused a lot on mutual interests. It's focused a lot more on mutual feelings. It's more about feelings, about emotional connection, about, you know, desiring to be with that person, kind of hold that person, and be around them, spend time with them, for them to be in their life with you. Sexual love, on the other hand, I find personally is very difficult to have the same degree of love with a sexual person, because I find it very difficult to emotionally connect with a sexual person. It's almost to me like the sexual energy puts a barrier up between me and that person, which doesn't allow for full facilitation of deep emotional connection. That is what I've experienced in my life, you know? So I find that, you know, like, I really want to be with an asexual guy, you know? I don't think I could be in a relationship with a sexual guy. Liam, first time I've seen you live, sweetheart Sandra. Oh, lots of love, Liam. Nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Yes, I'm back. Came back on live a couple of days ago. So you know, after all this time, since the 11th of March, I managed to get live streaming back, because I managed to get my third channel that YouTube had deleted back, so I can actually be, you know, on desktop again. So I'm really happy. I hope to be here forever, but, you know, I hope YouTube don't decide to do anything more to my channels without notification, because it's really upsetting for me. And I love being with you, Liam, and everyone else on my channel. As you know, I love connecting with you. I was just talking about emotional connection with asexual love, but I feel like I connect to all you through the screen, you know? Like, I feel like you're my beautiful asexual fans, followers. You're kind of like kind of like my family here, and I've missed you so darn much, you know. I've missed being in your homes with you. I've missed talking with you, conversing with you. I've missed being able to have this chat time with you, because for me it's very precious, you know. Like, I'm the only person on YouTube that does a regular live chat show for asexuals. You know, I haven't been able to do it since March the 11th, when my channel went down, you know, because YouTube decided to delete 3 of my channels without warning. It's thanks to Twitter followers that this channel got reinstated after we campaigned for over 24 hours. So I digress, but, you know, thank you for the love. I appreciate it. So if we talk again about asexual love, for me, I'm a romantic asexual, right? But for me, romance is not tied to having sex. So a lot of sexuals, for example, they associate sex and love together. They don't usually separate them. And a lot of the time, for a lot of sexuals, they have romance in there. They kind of have romance, aesthetic attraction, sexual attraction, love. They kind of intertwine them all. So it kind of is like, I love you. And when a sexual says I love you, it's kind of like, I love you, I want to have sex with you, I find you find you aesthetically attractive, and I feel romantic towards you. That's usually the 4 combinations that often go together. I'm not saying this is typical of everyone. I'm saying this is quite stereotypical of heteronormative society out there and people, right? But you know, like in general, they put all those 4 attractions together. They don't really separate them out. Liam, I am mad about you, Sandra. So glad to see you back. I missed you. Oh, lots of love, Liam. Thank you, darling. Thank you, sweetheart. Really nice to see you. Well, isn't that a warm welcome? Liam's mad about me. Glad to see me, miss me. That's really sweet. Thank you. You could have come over to Facebook, but I don't know if you're on Facebook or wanted to show me you're on there, because don't forget I've got my Asexualise page on there, so you can always like my page and follow me on there. But to be honest, I haven't been going live that much on there because I really just love being here live, which is weird because obviously YouTube decided to delete my channels, which is not very nice of them. But at least I'm back now, you know, and they've deleted a lot of other people's channels, including autistic channels as well, which I'm quite shocked by. Without warning, they do it. So I can't guarantee it's not going to happen again, you know. But all I can do is pray that it doesn't. And I just love this time with you. I feel so much happier now I'm back. Like, my mental health hasn't been as good because I haven't been on this channel. Like, I really need to connect with asexuals. I love chatting, as you know. So this is like great because it's a chat show. And I just love being in people's lives. Liam, I'm not on Facebook at the moment. Oh, well, thank you for the love and the missing. That's really sweet. I appreciate you. Yeah. So, yeah. So I am always on Facebook if you do need to find me. But yeah, God, it's getting hot in here. This is an asexual stream, not a sexual one. So hot sounds a bit weird. But yes, anyway. Yeah, so going back to the asexual versus sexual love. So with asexual, you know, like, I find that the love is a lot more purer, it's a lot more innocent, it's a lot more sweeter. It's not based on lust or you know, the sexual stuff, right? And so for me personally, asexual love is like the most deepest, beautiful, emotional connection I could ever have in my life. I can't imagine that I could ever get that with a sexual person. I guess in the past I thought a guy was my soulmate who was sexual, who I was with for a long time. I thought I had a connection, but it was more superficial. It wasn't like on that level. There's nothing like it, you know? So when you find a asexual who you deeply emotionally connect with and that you love and you care for, I just think it's the most beautiful thing in the world, you know, and it's to be treasured and it's very, very precious. I think it's very, very rare to find that, you know, but there are asexuals that live together, get married, or in relationships together, live near each other. My best asexual friend, they've moved now to be near their asexual partners after 9 months of being together. So their story is quite beautiful because they didn't, you know, they got into a relationship quite quickly and they've been together 9 months, and then my best friends just moved to live near them. So they're going to be like together forever. They're so cute together. Very, very beautiful. Both non-binary, both asexual. Liam, YouTube is really messed, deleting channels randomly. Yeah, it's a shame, you know, because this is a high quality content channel. I don't put rubbish out, you know. I'm here to educate people with everything I know. Like, I've been on this channel for over 5 years now, over 5.5 years. It'll be 6 years this October, you know. But I've been trying to upload videos to my phone as much as possible so that I've been in your live still, you know. You mean a lot to me. Eddie, I've arrived for everyone who joins. Bless you. Eddie always makes an entrance. Thank you for the thumbs up. I appreciate that. Lots of love to everyone, to Eddie, to Liam and everyone. So yeah, so with asexual love, I just find it's a lot more deeply emotionally connected. I find there's no you know, I find like when I was in relationships with sexuals that it was a more superficial love. It wasn't on the same level. I couldn't emotionally connect with that person like I can do an asexual guy, for example. And I think, you know, like, you've got to really like think as an asexual person what works best for you, you know, because, you know, you might find that you meet a sexual person and have a different experience to what I experience. But for me personally, sexual love is a lot more like, you know, it's a lot, you know, it's based on sexual attraction for the sexual. And it's like there's kind of this sexual energy in the way. I think the person's not as open and honest, maybe. I think that the person is kind of like, I don't know, it's like they've got this sexual shield around them, and it's kind of hard to break that, I think. Um, this is my personal experience. You know, you might experience things differently, because there are asexuals that are in relationships with sexuals and they're very, very happy, you know. But it's just, for me personally, with having lots of heterosexual partners in the past, and then, you know, and having the love experience with them, and then loving an asexual guy, for me it's completely different. And so, you know, asexual love to me is on a whole nother scale entirely. And I think you can go so much deeper. Like, for example, I look for my asexual soulmate. I know he's going to be my bestest friend, my soulmate, and love of my life, all in one. I know that the level of emotional connection, deep connection within the soul, is like a complete another level entirely, that's kind of off the Richter scale. Could be seen as a little bit scary to be that vulnerable and that emotional, but I think it's kind of necessary while you're in your life to experience the most fullest, deepest connection that ever possible, you know. Like, some people can't even hope to achieve that, a fraction of that in a lifetime. If you can get a person that, you know, you just feel so deeply about, I just think it's incredible, you know. With sexual love, you know, I found it harder in the past to feel so emotionally connected to the person. So soulmate level, I find it, for me personally, that the guys I was with in the past, you know, I did have love, and I did care for them a lot. I was really close to them in lots of ways, but I just find that asexual love's completely different. I love the fact that asexual love doesn't involve genitalia, or it doesn't need to involve genitalia. I love the fact that asexual love is based on the mind more, based on the soul, based on human interests, and based on, like I said, kind of a warmth and companionship, and a feeling of belonging, and a sense of, I don't know, responsibility to that person. And it kind of like is a beautiful painting, you know. And I just think it's the most incredible thing. I feel that asexual love is a lot more pure, a lot more honest. I find it's easier to trust in general an asexual guy than it is a sexual guy, but there are still asexual guys that are not honest, that I've had asexual guys that have been chatting me up, yet have been, years ago, one was actually in a relationship with another woman, and I didn't realise that, yet he was chatting me up and then was chatting another girl up because he admitted to me. You know, and there's been other asexual guys that have flirted with multiple women. So not all asexual guys are great just because they're asexual. But I think if you find the right asexual guy, I talk about guys because I'm only into guys. If you talk about, you know, if you find the right asexual person, I think it's bliss, because, you know, you have to understand as well that only 1% of the population, recorded 1%, there might be a lot more of us because a lot of people aren't out. But if you think that, you know, like, you're that one special rare gem, like part of the 1% club, and then you're meeting another like one special rare gem in the world, and you come together, you know, you're going to be glistening and sparkling for the rest of your life. You know, you're going to be beaming. You're going to be like, oh my God, I found the gold. I found the gold in the desert, you know? And so because it's so magical and special and rare, I think that's what makes it even more magical, special and rare, you know? Because it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of like there are less opportunities because there's less potential people if you're looking specifically for another asexual. You know, you kind of have your own needs, wants and desires, and kind of like, if you match it up with someone like that, it's just like so incredible. It's like phenomenal. It's like, what are the odds of that? You know, you kind of know that it's more like fate and meant to be. Obviously, I'm romantic. Some people will be like, oh my God, that sounds really romantic, Sandra. It is romantic, really. But, you know, I'm romantic. That's what I'm like, as you know. But I just think, you know, it's like, to meet that one special person in your life is just amazing. Like, some people are polyamorous. I'm not. I'm monogamous, right? I just want one guy. And I just think when you found them, it's really important to hold on to that, because some people don't even meet the right person for them ever in their lifetime. And then they're always going to be this kind of like, oh, thanks for the thumbs up, lots of love, nice to see you. So I think if you meet the right person, that you should go for it, you know, in your life. I think, you know, once you meet that rare, precious gem, you should be grateful and thankful for them. Like I've said a lot of time on this channel before, always be ready for your soulmate or your person. If you don't believe in soulmates, always be prepared for meeting them, right? You should be acting as if they're already in your life. Like I've been preparing for my asexual Indian soulmate since 2014. I still continue that journey, right? Because it's important to me. And it's important that I think now about my future with them, even though, you know, I'm not in a relationship right now, you know? And so for me, it's really important. You know, I've done a lot of personal and professional development work. And relationships is one of the things that you should be looking at in your life, and you should be kind of like drawing an avatar of what your ideal person looks like. You know, time what job they do, what personality type they would have, like how they would interact with you. But sometimes you can just know, you know, I know from the way I feel and the way I am, I kind of know what they would be like, you know. And for me personally, I have a very kind of like vivid description really of what my guy would be like. And if a guy shows up in my life that then shows me those little tiny details, I'm like, oh yeah, that's my guy, you know. So I think, you know, like love can be very difficult sometimes if you're trying to find the right person. I know some asexuals search for years. Like I'm already on my 7th year of looking for my asexual guy, you know. I have met someone I like, but, you know, I don't know what's going to happen with that at the moment. So I have to just wait and see. And so, you know, it's all like, you know, as far as I'm concerned, I'm still looking. Okay, so I've met a guy that I like, and I'm not really going around looking after people, but I'm just in my mind thinking, whatever happens, I've got this Indian soulmate since 2014, so whoever he is, I'm still like going towards that, because that makes me feel good, right? It motivates me to do my best in life, and to also think about him in my future, because, you know, like the right guy, when he shows up, he'll want to be with me, because, you know, I always think that my guy is like really self-sufficient, but there's kind of a little bit of loneliness about him, that he knows there's someone out there. Well, he might believe there's no one out there for him, but I was just hopeful that there is, or something like that, you know. So anyway, that's kind of like where I'm at. And so, you know, for me, that if I think about being in a relationship with an asexual guy in comparison to being in a relationship with a sexual guy, there is no comparison, because for me, being in a relationship with an asexual guy, the right asexual guy, I would be able to have this deep emotional connection like I could never have with anyone else. Whereas with a sexual guy, if I was with a sexual guy, it would kind of be more artificial, I think. It would kind of be the more like surface type of love, not deep emotional connection, soulmate type of love. It would kind of be like more like, it would be like hanging out as friends and having fun, but it wouldn't be like as special. It wouldn't be like thanks for the thumbs up, lots of love. It wouldn't be like deeply emotionally connected, like on a soul level. I've always known and believed that I can go deeper with a guy emotionally in a relationship than I've ever gone before with anyone else. And kind of like, I think love is very difficult because it makes you very vulnerable. But I think life is too short to not take risks and be vulnerable in your life. I think you have to show your vulnerability. You have to be open. And that's what I'd say. Like, if you've been hurt in the past, I've been hurt like tons of times, as you know, like trying to find my soulmate. The amount of stuff I've been through, you can see on this channel, right? Trying to find the right guy for me. But I never give up. Because if we give up and we close our hearts off, we cannot meet the right person for us, right? We just can't. Because we'll be closed off when we meet them, and we won't even see what's right in front of us, right? That doesn't mean to say that you can't see it. You just have to learn to see it and reveal it to yourself, right? But it's always better if you can prepare for this person coming into your life before they've come. You're like, where would they hang their clothes? In your flat or bedroom, for example? Where would you be able to like do cooking with them, for example? Like, how will your lifestyles work together? How will your jobs go together? When will you communicate with each other? How will you keep in touch? How will you make time for each other? You know, like, everything's not going to be a bunch of roses just because you get the right person, right? It'll be up and down a little bit. You'll have to like get balance and work everything out. So But like for me personally, I've been searching for my guy since 2014. So when I am gonna be finding a relationship with me, me and him, then it's gonna be like something beautiful that I want, and also it's gonna be good because I've finally got my guy after all these years. But for me personally, I want an Indian guy. I've decided that categorically now. I don't want to be with a guy, any other foreign guy from any other country, because I just know my soulmate's Indian, so I've just got to keep going for that. And people might think you're crazy or whatever. It doesn't matter. What matters is how your heart feels and how your soul is. It matters that you can like I can feel that I love the guy already. Like I know that since 2014 I've had an Indian asexual soulmate that I love already. It's like it's kind of like crazy, but it's true. And it's kind of like, so for me, I've always known he's out there, and for me it's like all my love is naturally for him already, because I've already been feeling it for him for like over 7 years, like which is incredible, but it's very painful when I'm trying to find the person who all these feelings are for, right? It's very difficult. And I think if you do find that you are highly compatible with another asexual person and you meet them, you might have to make sacrifices. One of you's probably going to have to move towards the other. I see so many people in groups going, oh, I can't find the right person for me, and they just won't move. They won't go out their state. They won't do anything. Like I say I'm a non-mover because I love living in the UK, right? Specifically love living in my flat that I live in, right? And so for me, I am a non-mover, but and I don't want to leave the UK for definite, so I need to find a guy who'll move towards me. But then the right guy, I always believe, will move to be with me, And so I just think that love finds a way in the end. You either find excuses or you find a way. And I think true love finds a way, right? But I just whenever I see asexual love, I just think it's so beautiful that you don't have to have genitalia involved. It's not about the body parts of a person. It's truly much more about the person's personality. Like you just want to be with them. You want to be around them. You want to be kind of close, but more like a cuddling sort of closeness. For me, kissing as well, obviously. And it's kind of more cute, cuddly. I'd see it like I like a teenager style relationship, not a relationship with a teenager style relationship, right? And for me, that means like you get the kissing, the cuddling, the talking late at night. You get the dating. You kind of like date nights together. You kind of have all these sweet and innocent bits of a relationship, which to me is very beautiful, because I kind of feel like sexual stuff can kind of spoil a relationship. It can kind of like tarnish it. It's not so innocent anymore. Like once you start having sex, in my experience in the past, kind of that person wants you to keep having sex, and then it's it's more focused about, oh, like when can we get our genitalia together, and it's just stuff like that. And then there's all the instigating of sex. There's all that like for me personally, I'm quite repulsed by that these days. If I wanted to do all that again, I could, but I'm just not into it, right? And so for me, like if I'm with the right asexual person, it'll be more tenderness, more caring, more loving, more deep spiritually, more deep emotionally, more deep lovingly. And for some people that really scares them. But you know what? The best things usually are the most scariest things. They're usually on the other side of fear. So that if you are scared of doing something, if something frightens you, most people would have a tendency to go away from it. Well, really, usually that's the thing you actually need to follow most, the thing that scares you the most, because it gets you out of your comfort zone. It pushes you to do things that you've never done before, and that gives you growth, right? No one wants to be in a relationship where you're stagnating and you're not growing. You should actually be relishing the fact that that person is helping you to grow, that's giving you challenges, giving you obstacles to overcome, if you like, right? Like I've waited for my asexual Indian soulmate for over 7 years. Do you know what I mean? It's like I can wait for a few more years if I need to, right? Because I hope I don't have to wait for him for a few more years, but I know this is likely to happen. So it's kind of like you've just got to open your heart. You've just got to go with what you believe is right, and I just think it'll be worth it. Like, don't give your preciousness away to someone who doesn't deserve you, but be with the person who you really want to be with in life, I think it's so important. Like, you only get one life. Life is so friggin' short, right? We only get one life, right? And it's important. Well, for me, it's very important that I find my soulmate, right? It's just important for me. And once you get into personal and professional development, like I have, you kind of look like at different key areas of your life, and relationships for me is a very important thing. So a relationship for some asexuals is something that they don't want. They're not interested in it. They don't want it, and it's not for them. And so I haven't really covered the other type of asexual love. So some asexuals, they don't want a romantic relationship, for example. They might be an aromantic asexual person who loves their friends dearly, right? And so when they love their friends dearly, again, that'll be probably more like a companionship type of love, and a feeling of camaraderie, a feeling of like having a buddy for life, a feeling like, of just, like companionship and compassion for each other and understanding and respect. And, it's just like going to be a beautiful, that type of friendship love, right? Where you want to be in each other's lives and you don't feel romance, but you feel like you just get along as really good best friends. You have fun chatting to each other. You enjoy each other's company. There's a lot of respect there. There's a lot of care about the other person there. You want them in your life. You want to regularly converse with them, so it's really kind of like a different type of love. And for some asexuals, especially aromantic asexuals, those that are not romantic, that love is very, very important. And it would feel completely different to a sexual type of love. A sexual type of love would be based on, like I said, sexual energy, sexual attraction. It's kind of like more, I don't know, it's kind of more like jabby. If I was to describe it as a feeling, I think that sexual love is a lot more jabby. It's a lot more, if you know what I mean. Whereas I find that romantic asexual love is kind of like beautiful, like a beautiful flower opening up or beautiful painting. And then I think like aromantic, I'm not aromantic, but I think aromantic is more like a buddy, a companion. It's more like a deepest best friend, and like just wanting to enjoy and hang out with them, if you know what I mean. So there are different types of asexual love. Liam, I never believed in soulmates. I preferred to be alone. Love never meant much to me. Oh, bless you, Liam. But you've already said that you're mad about me and do miss me. So you must have some love for me in a friendship, online friendship way. Is that right? But yeah, in order to make soulmates happen, in order to be in a relationship with a soulmate and meet your soulmate, you have to believe in soulmates as well. You can't be with someone who's a soulmate if you don't believe you have it. So I won't quit on knowing I have, because I know categorically I have an Indian soulmate who I believe is asexual. I just categorically know that since 2014, spiritually, intuitively, right? It just know that from my heart and my soul. Every part of my being knows that. And so in love, we do have to trust ourselves. We do have to trust ourselves. We have to trust our instincts sometimes, a lot of the time. We can have good instincts and bad instincts, And, in order to find someone for a relationship, you have to really want a relationship. There's a lot of people in the asexual community, they say they want a relationship, but then when it comes to actually being presented with a relationship, they're like, oh, I don't really want it now. I don't know what to do with it. I'm not really bothered. You have to have two people who are, you have to have two people who are both equally invested in having a relationship. Liam, I love you to bits, Sandra. Thank you, Liam. Oh, bless you. So love does mean something to you. Anyway, it's very sweet. Thank you, Liam. Lots of love to you too. But yeah, so thanks for the thumbs up. Mwah. Oh, it's so good to be back. I just love being back with you. You're so awesome, all of you. I love it. I just love being here. You will not know how much and how happy it makes me being with you all here. Like, I'm ecstatic. Look at my face. It's beaming right now. I have a lot of love for my asexual fans, followers, people on this channel, my community here. I have so much love for you. Like, it just shines through me. Look at my face. It's beaming. I haven't been as happy as this fully for quite some time, because I've missed you on this channel. I love you like my family, right? I'm my online family. Like, one of my best friends are like friends of the family you choose for yourself, right? And I just love being with my asexual family here. I feel really at home, really at peace in my soul, and really just so delighted that I'm here with you now. You know, I feel like amazing. I feel like I'm on a roller coaster flying through the air having fun, which is a little bit scary but nice at the same time. I'm not scared really. I love being here with you, you know? So, and thank you for all the love and appreciation. Thanks for coming back on this channel when I've been off so long. I'm trying to get it to 1,000 subscribers. Like, this channel has over 193,000, I think, is views now. But like, not 1,000 subs yet. But I'm determined, like, we will reach 1,000 subs. It'd be lovely. So anyway, so yeah, there's lots of different types, like I said, of asexual love. But for me, just personally, asexual love is so much more purer, deeper connected, emotionally, deeper soul connected. It's really like an incredible experience that I think is very rare. And I think, you know, if you find the right asexual person, be with them. Don't ever let them go. You know, like I said, my asexual best friend, they've moved to live near their partner now, right? They've moved. It took them quite a lot. It was a lot of challenges for my best asexual friend to move to live near their partner, a lot of challenges. But they overcame like tons of challenges to be with the one they love, right? Because they've never loved anyone like they love their partner, you know. And I think that's a difference. I think when you meet the right asexual person for you, if you're an asexual person as well, I think you're gonna love that person on a whole nother level to whoever you've loved before. If it's a sexual person, for me personally, I know that when I'm with an asexual guy, I will love him so much more than I've ever loved anyone in my life, because I would just be so deeply soulmate connected to him and emotionally connected to him that I was not able to achieve with a heterosexual guy before. They would just be taking my whole love life and feelings and emotions to a complete another level entirely. And I just think that's so beautiful. Like, you know, it's so beautiful, right? It's just like a magical glistening of moonlight on the water, and the ripples on the ocean just like reflect back the beautiful moonlight, and finally you see the light, and it's like incredible. And you look at this moon and you're like a symbol of the love you feel, and it's just like warm and it's glowing and it's almost got its own face, and it's like smiling back at you going, this is what you waited for like all your life. I know I'm really romantic right now. But you know what I mean? That to me is like true asexual love. It's like, oh my God, this is the most beautiful thing in the world. This is the most incredible feeling you'll ever get in your life. It's just like out of this world sensational, you know? And nothing beats it really, you know? So I'm looking forward to when I finally do the right asexual guy for me to be in a relationship with. I'm really looking forward to it, because I just know that it's going to be so different ever being with a heterosexual guy. That's why I don't think I could ever be with a heterosexual guy ever again, not in a serious, committed, long-term relationship, because I need that deep soulmate connection, because I know I can get it, because I know it can be achieved, even though I'm not in a relationship right now. Why would I settle for second best? Why would I settle for anything less than what I know I can get? I couldn't be in a serious, long-term committed relationship with guy who gave me less than I deserve, less than that everlasting deep soulmate connection. I just couldn't do it, because it's just not right. Why would you go for less than what you deserve? You wouldn't. And why would you miss an opportunity like that? You wouldn't. So, you know, I say always look for your rare, precious gem, but don't forget the most important thing is you love yourself, right? Because when all's said and done, we come to this life with ourselves, we go from this life with ourselves, and we really need to love ourselves for who we are. And that is a very precious gift. Above asexual love, above sexual love, is the ability to love yourself unconditionally and to just love who you are authentically, yourself, always. That's the most precious thing in life, you know? That's the most precious thing in life, you know? But anyway, I hope you found this video useful, helpful, insightful. You know, if you have, please give it a thumbs up. This is my personal viewpoint on the difference between asexual love and sexual. If you are an asexual person and you're in a relationship with a sexual person, more than welcome to comment down below on how it feels to you. Have you been in relationships with asexuals and sexuals? Have you found that sexual love is better for you than asexual love, even though you're asexual yourself? I'd like to know. You know, for me, like I said, being with a heterosexual, that type of love is more superficial, a little bit more artificial. I can't get that deep emotional connection. You know, I can't. You know, like I don't want a relationship based on genitalia and stuff like that. I want it based on love, pure love. You know, it's very important to me. So anyway, love to know what you think, because this is your show just as much as mine. So comment down below, leave an emoji. I love to know what you're feeling right now. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget, if you haven't got a copy of Asexual Perspectives, please go and grab yourself a copy on Amazon, Waterstones, Barnes & Nobles, Asexual Perspectives. Go and type it into the search bar, because I'm going to going through this book for Asexual Perspectives Awareness Month next month. It'd be great if we could read it out together. Anyway, I'm going to leave you for now. Thank you so much for being here, you beautiful asexual people. I love you incredibly. You are amazing. You're like my online family, and I'm so happy to be here right now with you. Lots of love. Take care, and I'll see you on the next video live stream. Take care. Thank you so much for being in chat, Liam and Eddie. Lots of love. Love to everyone. Take care. Bye. Brace your kirky and each other's. Bye-bye.